right, we're back. It's Tone Colston, and this is your Gridiron Report. We're halfway through the season. Just finished our mid-season Gunslinger Invitational tournament. A lot of great action. Had a great time with it. You know, some big wins, big losses, of course. Some great competition. It was fun. Had some teams from out of town that came in and played with us. A couple of our local Knoxville travel teams came in and played with us, so added a little flavor, a little competition to it. Overall, I think everything was great. I think we had 50 some odd games. We had a little over 40 teams compete. The first thing I want to do today, before we get into all the action, is I always want to cover one or two little things that just make this thing work smooth, okay? And there's some people in that are a part of our league that are coming out that, have probably never been there, all right? They've probably been to a lot of travel 7-on-7 tournament type situations, and just hadn't been part of what we've done over the past 8 years, right? And I'll tell you this, it's hard in Knoxville or anywhere in the country to keep something going for 8 years, especially with all the extra competition. We've had 2 or 3 leagues pop up in Knoxville throughout that years of guys that played in our league and decided they want to do it their way and try to beat us or whatever. And guess what? They fizzled out because they're not willing to put the time in, they're not dedicated, and they're not all about the product. They're just about doing something to try to beat somebody. And I tell people, I wake up every morning. I don't have to go anywhere. I wake up and I decide, how am I going to win? All right. And my way to win is to make this thing the best possible. All right. My name's not in any newspapers. I didn't throw any footballs for University of Tennessee. My playing career ended when I came back to Knoxville. Nobody really knew me. So everything I've built over the years is because of what it is, not who I am. All right. So the Gunslinger Challenge, the Gridiron 7-on-7 League, the Gunslinger Academy, everything I've taken care of and provided for the city and for these other people and the communities is not because I'm some famous former athlete. It's because I'm really good at putting things together and caring about the product and caring about, the experience, because the experience is what brings people back. A bad experience for a parent and a good experience for the kid, you're not coming back. I understand this, so parents, I'm trying to create this atmosphere for you guys. All right. I want it to be safe. I want it to be competitive. I want it to be organized. I want it to be structured. I want it to be everything that you want for your kids to participate in. And the only way to do that is to have a standard. All right. So our standard of play is when the refs or myself ask a kid to quit cussing, quit talking, or ask the coach to quit going back and forth. All right. Y'all know as well, if you have 2 kids, right, you've got to address one first. And when the first kid says, well, he's doing it, you tell him it doesn't matter. You stop. And then I'll turn and I'll direct my attention to kid number 2. Okay, let's keep that simple because we got adults, right? Y'all understand all that. So here's the deal. When we have an issue and myself or the refs come to you to solve that issue and you want to point fingers, point them at yourself first, solve your situation, and let us turn around and direct it to somebody else and figure that out and get that solved, okay? That's how this works. We've been doing this 8 years, man. We've got rid of all the riffraff, all right? We still get a few here and there that want to do this and that, but I'm telling you, there's teams in Knoxville that want to play in our league. I don't want them because I know what it's going to bring. It's going to bring a bad experience for you. It's going to bring a lot of stress for me. And it's too big now to have all that stuff happen. So there's teams that want to play. I'm not letting them play, period. I know who they are. I know what they want. I know how they're going to work. So, and I'm only doing that because I could charge them money. I could collect another $400 or $500, but it's not about that sometimes. Sometimes it's just about having a standard of play, making it where, we've got all these high school coaches that come out. And I tell you this, I love talking to the high school coaches that come out and support their teams and have got their teams in this thing, because not one coach has said anything negative about the standard we hold, because they have standards also, and I'm a former player, coach high school football for 10 years. I understand this, and that's why we're doing it, so I hope you guys respect it. I hope you appreciate it. Parents from the stands, we're not going to deal with that stuff. I've got security officers there, and like I told a coach a couple weeks ago, he wanted to argue back and forth with me. And I said, Coach, you can leave if you want. But then right behind that, I said, I don't want you to leave. I want you to be here. I want you to coach your kids, man. I want you to have fun, and I could have taken a different way and kicked his butt out, but I handled it. I told him I want him there because that's what I want. Everybody wants him there, but the good thing about it is he came to me after a game or two, shook my hand, looked me in the eye, and said, as a man, I apologize. And as a man myself, I shook his hand. I said, no problem, Coach. I understand the heat of the moment sometimes, but I respect and I appreciate when 2 men or 2 adults, or even the kids, I have kids coming, they've ran their mouth before, and I'm like, hey, dude, chill out. and they come back and they apologize to the adult, the ref, myself, or another coach. That's what this game's about. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to create some crazy 7-on-7 atmosphere where you go out and you fight and the coaches argue and fuss and fight, and then you lose your money, you get kicked out. Guys, that's for those other guys. That's for the 15% that want to go do all that. The 85% of the people that play with us, this is for you. All right, we're trying to create that atmosphere. So, if you're in the stands, you got something to say. I had a guy this past weekend wanted to come back. I wouldn't even say anything about you, buddy. I kind of wanted to share your stuff on social real quick, but he got on there and wanted to make a post about, you wouldn't let the kids play. You're over there just, yelling and doing this and that. No, the problem was the kids weren't playing to a standard. All right, so we stopped the game. We got it in control, got the kids out that weren't wanting to play to a standard, and then we continued the game. Because what we know is if we let that keep going, guess what's going to happen? There's going to be a fight. And then with fights, there's liabilities, there's injuries, and we're not dealing with that stuff. So if you want to be part of that, please don't show up, grab your kid, take them home. I'm not worried about it. We don't need you, but we want you. Get that straight and direct, okay? That's how I really feel about it. So, the second thing is trash. Guys, how hard is it? My daughter started playing middle school basketball this year, right? And I took food in, I bought candy and all this stuff, and I took my trash to the trash can. And then if I didn't take it to the trash can, I just kept it in my pocket and I threw it away. I took it to the car, all right? And I threw it away somewhere else. So, I hate to get on here and sound like a damn whiner, to be honest with you. But here's the deal. We're not going to whine about trash anymore. The gate fee will be $10 for the rest of the season, all right? And the tournament, depending on the trash for our final season, will be $20. All right, just like every other gate fee and every 7-on-7 you've been to, mine is the cheapest. It's always been the lowest. Like I said, I didn't even charge for years, but I don't handle disrespect very well. And I think as a parent or an adult, leaving trash on the ground is basically saying, in other words, Tony, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a parent and you left trash on the ground, you'll pay for it this weekend or you won't come watch. And that's fine with me because I'm not doing the gate to make money. It's about respect, okay? So respect us. Respect our staff. Respect yourself. Respect Anderson County. Respect Clinton, Halls, Bearden, anywhere we go to. Have respect because that's what this thing's about. All right, that's the whole reason the league has grown. It's the whole reason the league is where it's at now. It's the whole reason the league is going to continue to grow because we're going to have a standard in our parents, our players, our refs, and myself. All right, we're all going to hold that standard and we're going to keep it moving. So let's keep it moving now. Let's get into this tournament. I hate to have to go through that, but it's part of it. It's something that has to be touched. If I don't touch it, then we're going to be dealing with it next week. And the one thing I don't like to do is drag things out. So let's get into it. Let's look at we got some highlights coming. I think we got our high school highlights. So we'll start off with our high school bracket, and we'll pull the bracket up. We'll kind of go through who won, how they won, all that good stuff. We'll go through each division. You won't see me much on camera after this one right here. But other than that, guys, we had a great week. Look forward to week 4. Let's go ahead and get the tournament brackets and the champions out of the way. All right, so in the high school bracket, we got started off our first 3 games of the day. Bobcats, UC Cyclones. The Bobcats got after them 31-12. Moved into the second round, put the Cyclones in the losers bracket. We had 407 win against the Goon Squad, 24-8. Put 407 in the next bracket, put the Goon Squad in the losers bracket. Then we had the Cherokees, a nail biter. I don't know if this is overtime or just a 1-point game. It was 20-19 Cherokees. Cherokees moved into the second round. Got the Wolfpack down in the losers bracket, matched up with the Goon Squad. Our second round of our first round, second part, down in the lower bracket, we've got the Kentucky Raptors and Mayhem played a close game, 12-11. The Raptors moved on. Mayhem goes down, gets in the losers bracket. We got Tennessee Rising Stars, 28-14 over Code Blue. We got Loudon and Rocky Top. Rocky Top with the win, 26-16 to move into the second round. Then we've got some of our losers bracket already set up down here. We got Mayhem and Code Blue. Code Blue took off on this one, 40-2. Mayhem got knocked out of the deal. Code Blue moved in, surviving in the losers bracket. We got Goon Squad, another close game against the East Tennessee Wolfpack at 19-16, pushing the Goon Squad in the second round of the losers bracket. So for our second group of games, we move back up to the top. We look at it, we got the Orange Crush versus the Bobcats. Orange Crush had a big win, 19-15 over the Bobcats. Put the Bobcats down there in a matchup with Loudon in the losers bracket. We got 407, laid a goose egg against the Cherokees, 21-0. Cherokees move on with a matchup against Orange Crush. 407 drops down into the losers bracket with a matchup with Code Blue. In the bottom part of this bracket, we've got the Kentucky Raptors and the Rising Stars. Rising Stars got started fast. 28 points in the first round, 43 points in the second round, 43-6 over the Raptors, moving them into the third round. Raptors drop down. They play in the Goon Squad in the losers bracket. We got Rocky Top 15-9 over Clinton in Clinton's first game of the tournament. So Rocky Top moves on. Clinton drops down in a matchup with the UC Cyclones. So we've got the losers bracket set. We're almost to pretty much the semifinals for the top bracket. If we move on through it, we're going to go down to our losers bracket. We're going to move on through that. We got 407. Code Blue, put up some points. Going back to their first game, they took a loss to the Stars, 28-14. They come in 40 points in the first game of the losers bracket, 34 points in game 2, winning 34-6 over 407. Puts them up into the next game. Loudon comes out against the Bobcats, 14-11, to put them in a matchup with Code Blue. The Cyclones come out. Clinton gets a good game going. That second game, got a warm-up game. Comes down 21-8 over the Cyclones, moves Clinton into that next losers bracket game, and then the Goon Squad, starting to get on a roll. Had a tough little game, in that first one, 24-8 over 407. Then they came in, got another good win over East Tennessee Wolfpack. Now they got a good win over the Raptors. Now they're posted up, ready to play Clinton in the losers bracket. So we keep moving on. We're going to move up to the top of the brackets. We got Orange Crush, Cherokees. Cherokees have been on a roll. They're undefeated in league play, and curious to see how they finish up here, but they beat the Orange Crush 23-12. The Rising Stars had another big game against Rocky Top, 22-13, putting those guys in the semifinals. Cherokees, Rising Stars in the winners bracket to play for the championship. We get down to our losers bracket. We got Code Blue was on a roll. Loudon came in and just had a good game. They got them by 1 point, 23-22. Moved Loudon into that one. Rocky Top lost to the Rising Stars, put them down in the losers bracket to play Loudon. We got Clinton and Goon Squad. Like I said, Goon Squad got on a roll after that first game. They're 27-6 now over Clinton, which pushes them up into through the losers bracket to play against Orange Crush. And as we go through, Rocky Top beat Loudon 19-11. Goon Squad beat Orange Crush 18-8. And then when we got on into it, the Cherokees played the Stars 28-19 in a pretty good game. Put the Cherokees undefeated in the winners bracket in the championship game. Goon Squad comes down, played Rocky Top 30-9. Big game with those guys, which set up a nice semifinal game. Goon Squad versus the Rising Stars. Rising Stars pulls it out 16-14 in a really close game. Then we get to our championship game. We've got Cherokees, Rising Stars. The sun was going down. It's starting to get dark. Both teams have played 4 to 6, 7 games. That's the thing about tournaments. Guys get gassed. And, both teams played great, though. Super competitive. It was 20-16. Came down to a Hail Mary at the end with just a couple seconds left that they hit the ground and gave the Cherokees the win. So Cherokees remain undefeated for the season. I guess they went, 1, 2, 3, 4, another 5 games. So, they're 10, 11, 12-0 throughout the season. So, I don't care if they go undefeated, but high school teams, you're on the clock. Somebody's got to knock the Cherokees off. Cherokees, if you can keep it rolling through the end of the season. So, congratulations. Great bracket. Great competition with you guys.
Uno, 2, 3, 4. for a while. Just switch it up, just switch it up. Let's switch it up for a while. Just switch it up, just switch it up, just switch it up for a while. Break it down, let's do it. Give it all you got. Give it all you got. Give it all you got.
All right, so in the varsity division, first two games of the day, we had Tennessee Rising Stars versus the Underdogs. Rising Stars were able to pull that one out 12-5. We had Loudon versus Orange Crush. Orange Crush wins 18-9. Second round, top of the bracket. D Block plays East Tennessee Wolfpack. East Tennessee Wolfpack gets the win 16-12. Tennessee Rising Stars second round versus Level Up 2, a team out of Cookeville area. Level Up gets the win 18-12, knocking the Rising Stars down to the losers bracket with a matchup with Loudon. We've got our second part of the bracket. We've got We Grind 30-0 against Orange Crush. Big win for We Grind. Puts Orange Crush down in the losers bracket in a matchup versus the Underdogs. Then we've got Level Up, team number 1 versus Team Up, which is another local Knoxville team, travel team. Team Up gets the win 32-2 to put Level Up down there in the losers bracket, waiting on the winner of the Underdogs and the Orange Crush. After that, down in the losers bracket, we went ahead and went with the Rising Stars versus Loudon. The Stars win it 19-5 to move on. The Underdogs win 12-4 over the Orange Crush to move forward. trying to work their way through that losers bracket. So we're going to keep rolling in the losers bracket right here. We got Rising Stars, big game against D-Block, 30-25. Rising Stars move on. Level Up number 1 takes a loss against the Underdogs, 15-10 to finish their day. We get up into the winners bracket. We've got a couple games. We've got East Tennessee Wolfpack versus Level Up, team number 2. Level Up pulls it out 15-5 to move themselves into the semifinals. We've got a big game, We Grind versus Team Up. 2 really talented teams. We Grind's one of our top teams in this varsity division. So Team Up gets the win, 20-9, putting them in the semifinals in a big matchup with Level Up number 2. Puts We Grind down in the losers bracket, waiting on a game against the Rising Stars. So we move on through. We've got, I kind of sent on through a couple different games, but we got We Grind with a 20-4 win over the Stars. We got Underdogs with a 17-11 win over East Tennessee Wolfpack, which puts us into a We Grind versus the Underdogs. We Grind pulls that out 18-5, moves them into the semifinals. Up on the top bracket, you got Level Up versus Team Up. Level Up pulls that one out 17-11 to move into the championship game, puts Team Up down in the semifinals with a rematch with We Grind. And you know how rematches go with talented teams a lot of times. The team that loses first generally has a little idea of what they want to try to do to pull it out. And, We Grind came back, coached well. I didn't see the game, not sure exactly how it happened, but it was 13-16. We Grind moving into the championship, knocking Team Up out of the tournament. So we've got Level Up 2 versus We Grind. Level Up pulls it out. Looks like a defensive game, 12-8, 4-point game. Level Up 2 out of Cookeville. Congratulations to you guys winning our Gunslinger Invitational Championship in our varsity division. So, congratulations.
The real big
1, 2, 3, now run!
So in the JV division, we got started off with Dot City versus East Tennessee Wolfpack. Dot City pulls out the first win of the day, 17-7, puts the Wolfpack down in the losers bracket. We've got Loudon versus the Crushers. Loudon wins 24-4. We got Underrated versus the Bobcats. Underrated pulls that one out 19-10. We move on to the second part of this to try to fill up that losers bracket. We go to the top. We got Mayhem in their first game of the day versus D Block. 28-10 Mayhem, which puts D Block down in a matchup with the Crushers. We've got Dot City versus Level Up. Level Up had another team in our division in the tournament, 2 teams in the varsity division, 1 in the JV division. So Level Up gets their first win of the day, 24-4 against Dot City, moving them into the third round, which puts a matchup with the Bobcats and Dot City in the losers bracket. Then we've got Code Blue, JV division. Code Blue 23-10 over Loudon, moves Code Blue into the next round, and puts Loudon. Where's it put them at? Puts them in there waiting on East Tennessee Wolfpack and Team Rise to see how that goes. So we keep it moving. We've got Underrated versus Rise. Underrated wins 15-12, which actually put the Team Rise down there in the losers bracket. Moving on, we're down in the losers bracket. We've got Crushers 18, D Block 21. D Block wins, puts them one more game into the losers bracket. We got Bobcats over Dot City 17-4, which puts them in a matchup versus D Block in the next round. We've got the Team Rise wins 25-11 over East Tennessee Wolfpack, setting them up with a matchup with Loudon. Up in the winners bracket, we've got Mayhem with a 23-2 win over Level Up. We got Code Blue and Underrated. Underrated with a big win, 29-13, putting Underrated and Mayhem in our semifinal game. We move on down. We're in our losers bracket. We got D Block and the Bobcats. Bobcats pull that one out 14-8. We got Loudon and Rise. Rise pulls that one out 15-14. A couple really close games right there. We keep on rolling. We're looking at the losers bracket right now. The losers bracket, we got Code Blue 27-8 versus the Bobcats. We got Team Rise versus Level Up. Rise wins 18-10. So we've got a Code Blue versus Team Rise in the losers bracket. Code Blue has a great win right here. Big points, 33-3 over Team Rise, putting them in that semifinal game. We've already got it set, but they were waiting to see who wins. We got Mayhem and Underrated. I think one of the only overtime games, maybe have been one other in the day, but Underrated pulls it out 18-17, moves them into the championship, knocks Mayhem into the semifinal. Losers bracket with Code Blue. Code Blue pulls that one out 25-17. So we got our championship round, Underrated versus Code Blue in our JV division, and Underrated pulls it out, 6-point game, 32-26. Underrated, champions of that JV division. Congratulations. Like I said, a lot of competition in this division, a lot of fun to watch. But this weekend, it's Underrated for the championship.
what it's about, okay? Going and taking what's yours. Understand? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Underrated on 3. You know on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Underrated.
4, 5, 6. You know.
So we're in our youth division, the last division of the day. We started off, we got D Block and Code Blue. D Block takes the win 22-18. Then we got Kentucky Raptors versus SOP Boys. SOP Boys get on them fast, 33-0. TD Factory and Goon Squad. We got Goon Squad with the win, 23-2. So we've got second round, top of the bracket. We've got Team Rise, huge win, 35-0 against D Block. We got SOP Boys 21-15 over Goon Squad, which puts Team Rise and SOP Boys in the semifinals leading up to the championship. In our losers bracket, we got the Kentucky Raptors and Tennessee TD Factory matched up. Raptors pull that one out 14-12. Then we move on. We've got D Block and Kentucky Raptors in a tight game, 5-point game. Raptors pull it out 21-16. Then we got Code Blue and Goon Squad, another 6-point game, 24-18 Goon Squad, which sets us up with our losers bracket. Kentucky Raptors and Goon Squad. Raptors pull it out 22-15. Now they're sitting there waiting to see who's going to win out of Rise and SOP Boys. Rise pulls it out 17-5, drops the SOP Boys down in the losers bracket for the semis and puts Rise in the championship. In the semis right there in the losers bracket, we got another close game, 14-13, SOP Boys versus the Raptors. SOP Boys pull it off, 1-point win, puts them in the championship. Rise versus SOP Boys. But I tell you, when it came to the championship, Team Rise came out 30-0. Taking home the championship. Team Rise Youth Division. Congratulations. All right, guys. So there you have it. End of the midseason Gunslinger Invitational Tournament. You got the 4 champions. Congratulations to you guys. I think 3 of our 4 champions are all league teams. So you guys got a couple more weeks to battle it out before we go for our final tournament of the season to see who the true champions are. You didn't have to keep stats this weekend. If you did, go ahead and unplug those stats because week 4 will be your week 4 tab, not our Gunslinger Invitational Tournament. We normally don't keep stats on our tournaments. We may, if I can figure it out and add it to the stat sheet, we may keep stats for our playoff tournament because it'll be just our teams. In the Gunslinger Invitational, we got a few teams that aren't part of the league. But anyways, I want to say thank you again to our local high school is Clinton High School, which is my old stomping grounds. I really appreciate you guys letting us use the field out there for the teams. It makes it really easy for us. And Anderson County High School, I appreciate you guys opening your doors out there to those fields. So, appreciate the 2 programs. Got a lot of love for both of them, really. Just, Clinton because I'm from there. And to be honest with you, Anderson County and Coach Gilman is just because of the respect and, the things we have going in that situation. Who would have thought Anderson County, Clinton, come together, make things happen. We've been able to do it for years now, so look forward to that next few weeks. Keep it moving, keep playing hard, keep showing up, keep practicing, preparing. Spring practice is coming on through for you high school guys coming up. So, look forward to seeing you compete, guys. Let's get ready to go into week 4. And there you have it, the Gunslinger Invitational Gridiron Report. We'll see you next Sunday.